What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a typical wash day for my 15-month-old Nova. So there's no set amount of times that I wash her hair per month. I just basically wash her hair whenever I feel like it needs to be washed. I do use like a lot of products and like gels in her hair, so after every other protective style I like to wash her hair. So yeah, let's get started. The first thing I like to do is lay out a towel because I do wash her hair right here in my bathroom in the sink. This is the easiest way I found for me to wash her hair. I've tried washed it in my kitchen sink, in my tub, like this is the easiest way for me to wash her hair. So I just lay down a towel so she's not laying directly on the cold counter. I like to wash her hair with warm water, so after I turn the water on, I kind of just use the back of my hand to determine what temperature to leave the water at, and I adjust it until it's just warm enough for her scalp. Once the water's at a good temperature, I like to fill up a cup of water. I like to get everything I need like right there and ready to go before I actually get Nova, because you guys know toddlers can be very impatient, so I get everything set up before I actually grab Nova. This is just going to make the whole process easier for myself and Nova, just by having the water already on at a good temperature, having the products there, and having a cup of water to the side. Okay y'all, so this is how I get it done. I like to breastfeed her as I'm washing her hair, because as long as I'm breastfeeding her, she sits still and she lets me wash her hair. So I'm using that cup of water to wet her hair. I like to fill this first cup of water up before I actually get her on the counter and put her on the booth, because it just saves time. Once I get her up here and start washing her hair, like the clock starts ticking, like literally she's gonna be over this in about 10 minutes. So I try to work as quick as possible. So yeah, the first thing I do is drench her hair in water. So the products we're going to be using today are by Shea Moisture. It's the coconut and hibiscus line. Now if you want to save even more time, you can use those 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioners. I used to use those on Nova's hair, but as she got older I just didn't feel like they were working good enough on her hair, so I switched to an actual shampoo and conditioner. So yeah, I'm going to take a small amount of the shampoo and lather it into her hair. As I said earlier, I do use gels and a few products on her hair, so I'm really trying to clean her hair and her scalp. And I'm kind of just following her lead. As y'all can see, she's kind of like moving around a bit, so I try to only spend maybe 2 minutes or so getting a good lather, and then I go ahead and I rinse out the shampoo. So after rinsing out the shampoo is when she starts to get like over this whole process. So this is when I pull out Cocomelon, because this girl loves her some Cocomelon, okay? And conditioning her hair takes a little bit longer than shampooing her hair, so Cocomelon buys me just enough time to get it done. So I'm going to use like a medium amount. I don't know how to describe the amount of conditioner I use. You know, I just use enough. I'm probably used a little bit more than enough, and I massage that into her hair. After I'm done massaging it in, I go and I rake my fingers through her hair to detangle. I don't use an actual detangling brush on her hair. This is the most I'll do while conditioning her hair. Now once I'm actually styling her hair, I do use a brush to brush it out, but I'm usually able to get all of the tangles out with my fingers, and then I go ahead and wash out the conditioner. This is how her hair looks freshly washed and detangled. I haven't added any products in it, so this is basically her natural curl pattern. So we took a break just to give her some playtime, so her hair actually air dried for about 30 minutes before we got ready to style it. So when I'm styling her hair, I like to sit her in her high chair and I give her a snack to keep her occupied. It usually ends up on the floor, but you know, it keeps her occupied. So the first product I'm going to be using is this Curl Enhancing Smoothie by Shea Moisture. I use this to moisturize and soften her hair, and I feel like it does a pretty good job at both. So I massage it into her hair evenly. I don't know how I got it all over her forehead, so just ignore that. But this is actually one of my favorite products to use on her hair. I haven't noticed her having any kind of negative reactions to this product, and she does kind of have a sensitive scalp. I do notice a few flakes on her scalp sometimes, and at one point when she was around 6 or 7 months, she got a very mild case of cradle cap. So I am very gentle with her scalp, and I only put certain products that I actually trust and like on her scalp. So after I moisturize her hair is when I start the actual styling. So I'm gonna go ahead and part her hair straight down the middle. There's so many different variations of this style that I'm about to do, but this is my favorite way to do it, is to just start with a part down the middle, and then I like to start in the back of her hair. So I'm just going to start by sectioning off the first section. Okay, so bear with me you guys as I try to explain this because I've never did a video like this before, so I'm having, you know, a little difficulty explaining what I'm doing. So basically there's gonna be 8 sections total once we're done, 4 on each side. So what I like to do is I section off each section and then I apply some gel. So I've been using this gel on her hair only because I initially bought this gel for my hair, but when I got it I realized that it was actually for type 3 hair, and Nova's hair is closer to type 3 hair than mine is, so this gel actually works really good on her hair. I love how it keeps her hair in place with like a slight hold, you know. So after I apply the gel, I use my bristle brush to brush the gel in just to get everything all sleek looking. So today I'm going to be using some black rubber bands to hold each section down. Now sometimes when I do this style I'll use like multicolored rubber bands or multicolored hair scrunchies. Well, actually I don't use the colorful rubber bands anymore because they pop so easily. Like I've just been having the hardest time finding high quality, durable, colorful rubber bands. Like the ones that I've been coming across, they just pop so easily and I don't use them anymore. So I'm moving on to the next section now. I'm going to do the exact same thing to this section that I did to the first section. So on a good day when Nova's being like really patient with me, it takes me about 45 minutes to wash her hair and style it. Now there's been days where the process has taken 2 hours or more, but you know, on a good day I can get this done within 45 minutes. What I love most about this style is that it can last for a few days, which means a few days for me not having to worry about doing her hair. But with Nova, she doesn't like to sleep with the bonnet on, so after about 3 days it's time for me to redo it. Alright, so moving on to our next section, I went ahead and applied the gel and I brushed it. So now once we're applying the rubber band, I like to pull the hair up from the first section and I add it to this section before I put the rubber band on. I like to do this because this way, like once the style is finished, we don't have a bunch of plaits. We're only gonna have 2 plaits, and that way the style just lasts longer when you don't have like all these plaits hanging around. So yeah, basically for each section we're just gonna add the hair from the previous section, and I'm going to continue to do this for I think a total of 3 sections on each side. So yeah, this is a very simple version of this hairstyle. I like to do it this way sometimes because it's very easy, like, you know, and Nova moves around a lot and I'm not very good at parting hair, so these parts are just very easy to do. One thing I do like about using the black rubber bands instead of multicolored rubber bands or hair scrunchies is that once you're finished, you can kind of like switch up the hair accessories to match different outfits on different days, you know. So yeah, now we're moving on to the final sections, which are the 2 front sections. So of course I just add my gel and I brush. I try to brush in like a swooping method for the front sections just to give it some detail. So yeah, I went ahead and did the first one. Now I'm on the last section, so I'm gonna add my gel and brush this section. Also brush in the hair from the previous section, and then we're gonna add the rubber band. As you can see, her middle part isn't the straightest, and that's just because she did have a mild case of cradle cap like I mentioned earlier, and this part of her scalp is still recovering from that. So I'm really gentle with this part of her hair and I try not to put too much stress on it, and the hairs around that area are a bit shorter than the rest of her hair, so that's why it's not as straight. So yeah, this is how it looks once we have connected all of our sections. I do try to brush down her baby hairs, but she never lets me do much with her baby hair, so I kind of, you know, just brush them a little bit and just leave them like that. So yeah, this is basically the finished look, you guys. I kind of just like clean up her front sections a little bit, and then I like to add some accessories. So today I'm going to be using some hair bows. I try to like let her pick out her colors, but you know, I just decided to go with purple since she had like the purple owls on her shirts and it fits perfectly. What I like about this style, like I mentioned earlier, is that on different days or for different outfits you can switch out the hair accessories. And yeah, so I actually forgot to add some oil to her scalp. So this is the oil that I've been using on her scalp. I got this from, I believe I got this from Target. It's the E-Blast oil by Aunt Jackie. So I like to add some of this to her scalp after I style her hair, just to help seal in some moisture so that her scalp doesn't get too dry and flaky. So yeah, this is the finished product, you guys. I love this hairstyle on her so much. It saves me so much time because it's gonna last for a few days and then I'll redo it. I don't always do it the same way just to kind of like give her scalp a break and switch it up. But this is definitely one of my favorite hairstyles to do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video.